Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi kepada semuanya. Kembali lagi bersama LightFromTheDark dalam konten reaksiku bagi pertandingan yang diadakan di SUKAN Thailand 2025, yaitu tim squad wanita Malaysia kita melawan tim Filipina, guys. Ini untuk Women Gold Medal Match. Ini untuk pertandingan perebutan piala pingat emas, guys, di pertandingan e-sport. Jadi sebelumnya kita sudah tengok di mana tim squad Malaysia, timnas Malaysia mengalahkan timnas sang juara MPL dunia, timnas Endon. Dorong berjaya mengalahkan tim sang juara dunia MPL, guys. Woi, gila tim Malaysia. Ini pun barusan aku dengar squad wanita Malaysia kita boleh macam yang boleh berbakat begini ya, guys. Padahal sebelum ni tim Malaysia kan jarang macam tak pernah aku dengar orang menang kalau squad wanita. Kalau tim lelaki memang aku selalu dengar yang komponen SRG nih. Kalau tim wanita barusan nih aku dengar. Ini sekarang dorong di grand final nih, dorong lawan tim Filipina. Jadi kita tengok untuk game pertamanya, guys.
But Vivero as well as Alpuerto is there, making sure that Morris has no problem getting the farm. And now this early 3v3 for this little wanderer.
That Malaysia pick came out of nowhere and came pretty quick. I wonder how Team
Tim
Philippines will
Malaysia
be
kita
putting
ada
farm on both
Queenie,
Perez
Farisha,
and
Afrina,
Alpuerto.
Alia sama si
Very
Hanis.
rarely do we see now
Tim
lineups with
guys?
multiple
Biru.
sources of
Ni
burst
Filipina ada
damage in the late
Perez,
game.
Diagon,
How
Alpuerto,
will they
siapa nih?
find the
Amores
space to do
sama
that since Team
Vivero.
Malaysia is expected to
Filipina
really
yang
gain
aku
control
dengar
of the map
orang
early
bilang
on?
yang Perez
Yeah, I feel
yang
like
pakai
with
hero
this kind of
Melissa
lineup, you
tuh
need some kind
jago.
of early advantage. So I think that's the idea with the Boxia as well as the Selena. Because on paper, it should be an easy engage where the Boxia rolls in,
Tim
gets a
Malaysia kita
stun,
yang
the
paling
Selena
OP,
follows up with the
Farisha lah.
arrow, and then full combos on it. And then you try to slow down Team Malaysia, slow it down enough so that both Perez as well as Alpuerto both are able to get a farm.
Alia,
Speaking of,
teng.
looking at the goal lane, it does
Suka
look
dia
like
pakai
Perez
Gatot
is
Kaca.
having a
Dia
fair
lawan
matchup
tim
going up
Endon,
against
dia pakai
Queenie,
Gatot
especially
Kaca
with
ya,
that
teng.
war cry. Probably easy to proc when your opponent is just far away, so not really punishing you out.
That's right. Very
Afrina tuh pakai
rarely
hero
now
apa
do we
nih?
see basic
Obvious
attack
lah.
centric heroes. Because even in the gold lane, right, you have Harris and Granger.
Vivero
They
tuh,
don't really base
tengah.
that. They use spells.
Mati
Alia
Alia.
in trouble here.
Sikit.
Forced to use that Revitalize,
Oh, si
respecting the
Hanis.
trap set down
Itu hero
by
Queenie
Amores.
tuh, guys.
And
Sakit
the aggression
tuh.
coming from
Pandai dia
Team
pakai hero
Philippines.
itu.
Yep, that's what you want to see. The Boxia just roll in, follow up with the Selena arrow, and then full combo. If it wasn't for that Revitalize, Alia would have been taken down, and now Team Philippines,
Si
they're the
Diagon
one
dan
aggressive.
Uranus.
Mount Shocker coming through,
Amores,
spots him,
Serena,
throws
Vivero,
that
Baxia.
turtle boat. Afrina taken out,
Alpuerto
first
dia
blood
pakai
drawn by
lapu-lapu
Team
gitu.
Philippines. Alpuerto going to be taken down by Farisha.
Iya,
No retribution.
lapu-lapu dia pakai.
Both sides.
Mati.
Farisha secures. They're not
Gila,
target
Farisha.
fine. Vivero cannot save her teammate. Alpuerto is off the map. So is Vivero.
Hero
They
apa
might go
dia
for an
pakai?
invade, but without the Fredrin and with Alpuerto on her way back, Team Malaysia happy with the win.
yeah, this is Team Malaysia utilizing the draft very well because this is a very fight-heavy, combo-ish kind of draft where you have multiple ways to achieve
Perez
a
dia
stun
pakai hero
onto
Melissa.
the members of Team Philippines, and then you want Farisha to be there. You want this Arle to always be around.
Mati.
Speaking of, having a good
Farisha
time
ni
going up
guys,
against
apa? Hero
Diagon
apa
on the
namanya dia?
EXP
Yang dia
lane,
pakai
winning up
sekarang ni?
against this Uranus. So for Team Philippines, they got to be aware of this. Once someone gets locked down, that lockdown won't stop. It will just keep on continuing until this Arle gets a kill.
Which is a perilous balance, given that there's no Purify from Team Philippines. There is a somewhat cleanse when Alberto uses Traceless, but that's our only resource. And that's mainly how teams fight Yushin anyways. Once you wait for that Traceless, and maybe the Turtle Boat, that's the only other way she can interact with you besides damage, you're fine.
Itu Kimi,
And that is what
itu Kimi
Malaysia
yang
is
dipakai
watching
oleh
out
si Hanis
for.
tuh, sakit
Team Philippines going to be thankful that across all the lanes,
Itu dia
maybe
tu tak
gold
boleh di
is the
depan
one
betul tu.
that's
Kalau dia
safest.
di depan,
And I feel like the goal lane is going to be very
Mati.
important here
Dia
because
duluan
Perez
mati
has
tu.
to use that go away. Hold on. Speaking of,
mati si
Queenie gets caught,
Oi.
forces out the AOG from Alia to make sure that no further engage onto Queenie. As I was saying, the go away from Perez is going to be
Queenie dia
very
pakai
important
hero apa
to
tu?
stop the engage from Malaysia.
Here we go, Alberto with another Mount Shocker. Catches stun onto
Astaga,
Hanis.
mati si
That
Hanis
Kimi
sudah
goes
agak-
down.
mati si
Diagon
ano,
traded out for in the
si
bottom
Hanis.
lane.
Memang dia
Perez
duluan
looking for
diincar.
more. Alia
Mati.
survives.
Queenie
Alia,
pun mati.
but 1 HP. Perez takes down Queenie, even underneath that tier 1.
Yeah, it looks like
Aduh.
fights across the board here. Down the bottom, it looks like Afrina made sure that Farisha able to secure another kill
macam
going up against
kalah game
Diagon, but
pertama
Team
Malaysia nih.
Philippines understood that their win condition is going to be Perez. So 4 members going up top. Team Malaysia and Team Philippines starting things out 3-3. But now it looks like Team Malaysia, Afrina is first on the scene on this hurdle. Does not look like Alpuerto is going to be contesting for this
jangan
one.
dicuri turtle mo Afrina,
Team
jaga
Malaysia
kau.
will take this temporary
Oh,
and
nasib.
I'd say
Nasib bagus.
faster but long-term
Sempat dia
payoff
bunuh turtle tu.
objective. While
Hampir
Team
tu
Philippines
kena
happy
curi
with
tadi.
the turret up top.
Yeah, permanent damage there. Team Malaysia, they also got to figure out a way how to get onto
Sudah dikepung
Perez.
dari si Perez.
Because
Mau dikepung
looking
dia.
at their lineup, it's only really Queenie
Dikepung,
as well as
dikepung.
Alia able to get there.
Oh no,
Rivero
Alia.
is forward. Amor is there. In the back line, Alia goes in with the
Masuk,
AOG.
masuk.
Perez is all
Ay,
along.
Perez
Puerto
tu.
is there
Sikit lagi
trying to
tu.
give backup. Looks like Alia, Queenie, and
tak
Hanis
boleh, tak
has to
boleh,
stop
guys.
the engage. Good defense by Team Philippines.
Given the back and
Sempat
forth, the
diadang
push and
Pak
pull,
serangannya.
Team Philippines are able to
Hampir
give
mati
space
tu
once
si
again to
Perez
the
tadi
EXP
tu.
lane. This one's once a hot lane. And with the 2 turrets that, rather 2 turtles that Team Malaysia got, it's for the first time in 5 minutes that XP lane was able to breathe. So we're seeing a push and pull. A lot of space once more for Perez. I'm surprised that it's the Melissa that's actually winning the lane and winning the game for Team Philippines now rather than later.
Yep. And I do have to say, with this kind of pace, it's actually better for Team Philippines, considering that they have double marksman here with the Yisun Shin, as well as the Melissa. Team Malaysia, they're not fighting, despite them having a very heavy fighting kind of composition. So they're doing quite well. But this is basically in the favor
Tengok
of
guys,
Team
Tim
Philippines.
Malaysia,
They also don't want to
Farisha,
fight.
yang
Yep,
paling
if this
banyak
pace
duitnya dia
continues
kumpul.
for what? 4 or 5 minutes more,
Kalau
Team
tim
Philippines
Malay,
will
kalau
reach
tim
critical mass.
Pilipin
Item
si
check here.
Alpuerto tu
Counter
yang pakai
strike
endak
for
si
Alpuerto
si Perez
on her way to a war axe. Compare that to the
yang pakai Melissa.
relatively low impact economy on Afrina, given she is a tank jungler. Most of the money is on Farisha.
Yep.
So
Itu
on
lah kalau
paper,
tim
if you
Malaysia
keep farming up
Farisha
on
yang
Arla,
paling banyak duitnya.
that's laned up against a Uranus. That's not a very good late game plan.
Yep. So this is going to be the final turtle here. Looks like both Team Malaysia as well as Team Philippines, they're all set here. Diagon taking quite a lot of
Aduh,
damage.
kerasnya
Vivero
Diagon
still
tu.
being in the front there. AOG hits onto Diagon. Amores
Mana dua
jumps
tank
in,
dorang
has to
ba, guys?
flicker
Baxia
out.
sama
Team
Rans
Malaysia, they
sempat
keep
lagi.
on fighting.
Nah, mati.
Hanis secures the kill
Bagus,
onto
mati si
Perez.
Perez.
It looks like the stun from
Oh,
Amores
bagus,
able to get
Perez
one, but
mati.
still Farisha gets the killing
Huru-hara
spree.
sudah Pilipin.
All the while, Alpuerto and Amores has to escape. Diagon is
dorang
there,
punya
still
marksman kan.
healing up. But all members of Team
Gila,
Malaysia is
Afrina lagi
there.
bunuh turtle.
Looks like Team Malaysia might try to go for this Uranus or at least
Pokoknya
get
kalau
the
mati
turret.
so si Perez.
Impressive work for
Tak
Team
ada seorang punya
Malaysia.
marksman. So marksman dorang si
Commendable
Perez.
discipline on Farisha. I don't think Diagon is long
mati
for the world
Diagon.
here. Diagon
Mati.
goes down after the push. Farisha was the key to
Kroyo,
winning that
bagus
fight.
yan.
She waited for the go away to expire and then hit Perez with the final slash. It
Sudah
looked like an
Farisha
I'm offended.
push
It really
tu.
looked like she
Push
pulled her
anu
from
sudah,
out of
push
there
turret
with a
sudah.
scythe, but that's what compromised Team Philippines' formation and that's what won them the fight.
Yeah, this is what Team Malaysia has to keep on doing, which is forcing fights. Because eventually, this is a competition where you do clump up, and when you do clump up, it really helps out Melissa. Melissa's going to spread all the love and all the damage to everyone, and that's not going to help Team
Berani
Malaysia there.
jadi ni.
Until, like you said, there are members, 2 members from Team Malaysia that can build that Chastise Pauldron, and maybe eventually the
umpan
Blade Armor
keluar
as well.
ni.
We'll see how
Sebab
effective
Farisha
that
sama
is
si
to
Hanis
go up
dorang
against this
jaga-jaga di
Melissa,
semak
which
seorang.
does have that inspired.
Si Alia dia jadi
Alpuerto,
umpan.
Mount Shocker, helping confirm a kill. They do
Oh,
know where Farisha is.
jangan, tak boleh, tak boleh.
I think the
5-5
Philippines
dorang
should
ada
be
di
all the wiser to respect the Arlet. Massive push up top though. Queenie left alone.
Yep. No pressure there yet. Queenie might
Afrina
even get
jaga.
this turret for free because even Farisha is trying to stop that Yisun Shin. The Yisun Shin now is rotating towards top, but Queenie is doing a massive
Yes,
amount of
Queenie.
damage.
Push turret
Alpuerto is there having to use the retribution. It looks like Queenie still gets it, but
Astaga,
the arrow
mati
hits
dah,
onto
mati dah.
Queenie.
Oh, no.
Queenie now using the
Oh, no,
vengeance.
Queenie.
Try to heal
Lari,
up
lari.
with the yo-yos and look like it's able to survive.
Massive blunder
Queenie
by Team
apa
Philippines.
nama
Back-to-back
hero-nya? Dia
wasted
pakai yo-yo tu.
rotation for that
Cici
mid laner
ke
and
apa
jungler.
nama hero-nya?
Plus they failed to protect the
Lupa ingat
turret.
aku.
I understand
Dia serang,
where
dia
Team
fighter.
Philippines is coming from. Again, they're panicking. There's so much happening across different lanes, coast to coast. They can only do so much. So besides, focusing on stopping the bleeding, Team Philippines has to also get
mabunulot
farm
sila lang.
effectively on Perez and
baru
Alpuerto.
di situ lagi
Fortunately, they only
timbilitin.
died once each. They can't let that happen again.
Looks like engage coming in from Team Malaysia. Finds Vivero.
Bagus,
Afrina
Matis,
gets a kill.
Matis,
And now
yan, Vivero.
AOG doesn't hit onto anyone. All the way back is Perez
Aduh,
and
Hanis.
Diagon.
Lari,
Afrina
Hanis.
though taking a lot of
Hanis,
damage.
tak boleh
Hanis is
tu.
trying to provide backup. Diagon
Dia
all the way to
mesti
the
tak
front.
boleh datang
Able
di
to escape
depan.
death so far. Morris trying to go for a
Oh
flank.
my
Gets onto
God.
Alia. Alia jumps back in. Farisha gets a
Matis
mega kill.
Selena, Matis
Alpuerto has to
Selena.
get away. Perez is still
Matis
free
Selena.
hitting. Gets a kill onto
Dapat,
Alia.
dapat.
Queenie
Yang
is there
penting dua-dua
trying to
tanknya
force
mati.
out Perez and Alpuerto away from the Lord. But now Team Malaysia, they have to be careful as well.
Hampir
They
mati
are
tadi tu si
relatively
Hanis tu.
low
Dia
HP
sempat
except
happy
for
belakang.
Queenie.
Jadi si Alia
2
yang
for 3.
dikeroyok di depan.
Massive win here for Team
Paksa dia yang
Malaysia.
sacrifice.
It was difficult for Team Philippines to find a trade like that. If anything, they failed to even take down Afrina. It was just a 1 for 3.
si
So a
Baxia
long
tu.
haul trade like that, I think Perez is
Tak kena
still short of
lagi.
1 or 2 items. She's not dealing the kind of
Oh.
burst I think Team Philippines needs.
Yeah, right now they don't have lockdown as well until Morris actually hits the abyssal arrow. Because you got to stop Queenie, Farisha as well as
dia lane
Hanis,
bawah
but
seorang.
it is going to be a bit tricky. So yeah, it looks like Team Philippines with the draft that they have, they just gotta make sure that they protect Perez. Perez can deal the damage. You just need that protection because you can see Team Malaysia.
Kan mau lindungi si
Basically,
Perez.
every single member, even the Kimi,
Si
can
Perez
just
kan
barge in.
satu-satu yang marksman dorang.
Dons has
Sebab
been
kalau mati
initiated
marksman,
here.
dah ada suruh
Flank
backup
pull towards
tank di
Team
belakang.
Malaysia's side. Team Philippines waiting on Alpuerto to finish off her orange. They can take their time. Alpuerto still holding on to her Mount Shocker to check in where the members of Team Malaysia are. It's a safe 3,000 gold between these two teams. And the map still get taken care of. No real advantage just yet. It's just huge turrets gained and taken by Team Malaysia up top. Afrina gets knocked up. Arrow thrown out, no one
Sudah
home.
siya Morris.
Yep, Vivero
Mati
trying
dah
to
dia.
push Queenie away. Looks like the Lord will be resetted. Afrina, a lot of HP has been taken down. She has to heal up. Team Philippines, they're trying their very best to delay Team Malaysia from taking this Lord away. And it's a good
Hampir
idea
mati
because the Lord
Barcelona
does do
tu.
true damage. So as much as Team Malaysia are building up those defense items, this Lord is going to hurt. Hanis got hit.
Oh, look at Queenie and Perez. Perez throws out that doll. Able to spot out Queenie. Not
Aduh,
going to
boleh
happen.
kadang bunulot ni jangan.
Close call.
Nak curi
If
lotnya
Perez
ni.
walked in there, would have been disastrous.
Yep, so far Hanis does
Apalagi
keep getting hit.
serang.
Hold on, Afrina jumps in. Alia goes all the way to the back. And good
Mati
traction pulse
Perez,
coming in
bagus.
from Hanis. Gets a kill onto Perez.
kan, kalau
And
sudah
double
Perez
kill.
mati.
Vivero's unable to get away. Alia
sakitnya
making
Kimi
sure
tu.
that Team Philippines cannot go back in.
Yeah.
Staying in the fray.
Mati dah
Good,
pula.
unbreakable,
Mati lagi Selena.
unstoppable
Satu
for
lagi, satu lagi,
Farisha.
satu lagi.
And now Diagon is the last from Team Philippines. Alia
dah
still
boleh,
survives. The unbreakable allowing
Tinggal
Team
Uranus,
Malaysia
ya.
to follow up. And now Team
Mati
Malaysia
bersama
grabs
timnya.
the Lord.
That's a 4 for
Santai
none.
Afrina.
Team Philippines, this draft may have been way too fragile of
Boleh ni menang
a
Malaysia
damage
ni.
profile. It's literally all on Amores, or rather all on Alpuerto, all on Perez. Amores isn't really even burst anymore. All she needs to do is find traps, find arrows, and that's what set it up. But that's too fragile. That's too specific.
And a lot of setup here for Farisha. Every single member of Team Malaysia have some sort of stun, so she can vengeance endlessly, dashing here and there. So it makes it all the more difficult for Team Philippines to really stop this Arlet. And considering that the damage coming in from Hanis is a bit too strong, even the
Oh, si
traction
Farisha,
pulse, there's
Arlo,
way too much
dia
damage
pakai.
onto Perez.
Patutlah.
Perez is getting overloaded. Alpuerto, I don't think she's even there yet.
Pero
Alpuerto
apa
may
tu
just barely have 3
Ano
items.
ka assassin.
It wasn't the chastised pauldron that
Hindi
was
pa tuloy
the real
Farisha
threat.
tu.
It was just the sheer amount of threats coming in from Team Malaysia. The
Mati.
bodies, the crowd control.
Pecah
Lord
turret
crashing in the
kamu
top lane. Vivero doing her darndest to clear.
Oh,
Team
baru
Philippines
dua-dua
accept the
turret
fact that they're
bertengah
losing a
sama
top
atas
lane
boleh
inhibitor.
push.
Yeah, and it looks like mid almost got taken down by Queenie. They might want to try to get bottom here, considering that the bottom wave has just
Pecah
arrived.
lagi ni.
Looks like the missile
tengah tu
arrow
sikit lagi
doesn't hit
turretnya tu.
onto anyone. Team Philippines is able to defend their base, but one inhibitor has been taken by Team Malaysia.
Team Malaysia
Huru-hara
gonna start choking
mainnya
Team
Pilipin.
Philippines out of resources.
Pilipin kalau mati sudah
Even the
marksmannya
purple buff
huru-hara ano
here is
sudah
about
dorang.
to get taken out.
Tumbang sudah.
Served up to Hanis. Oh, they're taking their time. Focus on the turret first.
Sepandai tim Malaysia ni
Permanent
dia
damage
incar
done to the base of
marksmannya
Team
dulu.
Philippines. All they have left is that
Di
crystal.
lob dorang si Perez.
Yep. Team Philippines At this point,
Oh my
Alfredo
God,
as
oh
well
my God.
as Perez should do a lot of damage. As you can see here, Alia and Afrina taking quite a lot. Farisha misses the final
Bukan dia mau
slash.
maju di depan tuh.
This should be a disengage coming in
dilindungi dia.
from Team Malaysia.
Itu
Looks like
Alia
Team
aja tuh
Philippines,
yang
they still want to engage
jadi
just a little
korban
bit.
terus.
Amor is doing quite a bit of damage onto Alia.
So,
But
kalau
able to
si
get away.
Hanis
Perez
mati,
now
huru
with the
hara lah,
malefic gun.
Malaysia.
The added range. Hold on, Team
Aduh,
Malaysia, they might want to force it out still.
Whoa.
Whoa, there was a minion that came through. And it might
Oh,
actually be
oh.
to the benefit of Team Malaysia.
Easy,
Diago
Gigi.
survives. The damage coming in.
Hanis.
Very low the front line
Cantik
of Team
Hanis. Si
Malaysia.
Hanis di belakang dia,
Perez
bukan dia
in the
kena
middle of it all.
mati.
Once again, taken
Mati.
down. The Appraiser's Rat serves up a kill to Queenie. Rivera
Double kill
falls.
lagi Afrina.
So does
Gila,
Diago.
MVP lah si Afrina ni.
And they're in the base. Once again, the same rope-a-dope. Team Malaysia looking to end and take game one.
The minions from bottom are charging in.
Si
They're able to
Afrina
get
dah
Al
pakai
Puerto. Al
hero
Puerto gets
focus.
pulled in. Team Malaysia. Al Puerto able to get the
Fighter.
shutdown. And now I don't know whether they can end this or
Mati,
not. They're
jangan
trying.
mati si
Amor is
Hanis
taking quite a bit of damage from
si Hanis
Hanis.
tu mati,
And Al Puerto
berharap
gets
Indonesia.
targeted. Farisha dives
Betul,
back.
Farisha tu
Looks
sampai
like
di
he is
dalam.
going to die there. Team Malaysia.
Astaga, Farisha,
They really
berani
should
betul
try to
kau.
end game now. Looks like the first
Menang
point
game
for
pertama.
Malaysia. But Vivero as well as Al
Just does
Oke
it.
guys, sambung game kedua guys.
Team Malaysia, they can go ahead and
Tadi
Frederick
menang
Gatot
sudah
again,
game
or
pertama.
maybe even rush Gatot
Menang
Kimi.
dengan Malaysia.
Yeah.
Quick.
1-0
I
sudah.
feel like Kimi would be a good contest here, considering that for Team Philippines, they might ban that out. But I feel like you got to take that Fredrin, because if
Banyak
you don't
orang
ban out a
Islam bah
Fredrin,
semua tim
then
anime.
there's so much less heroes.
Frederick Kimi.
Yeah, in the...
Macam si Queenie je ni yang
But I think-
orang Kristian.
You know, why
Yang
change
lain
up?
semua orang Islam
just
ni,
Fred,
4 orang timnya.
Frederick Kimi.
Fredrin Kimi. It does look like for Alia, she feels
Ini game
okay
kedua
just
sudah
in
ni guys.
case if the Gatot gets taken away. And Team Philippines, if they pick up the Gatot here,
Team
the Baxia
Philippines,
is gonna
dia
go
ambil hero
jungle, but
apa
they
tu?
do go for that Eve. Much
Why na?
better
Dia
change.
masih lagi pakai
'cause I would
Baxia
say
sama
Eve
Uranus
has
tu.
a good range of
Dua lagi
power
tank yang orang
from
pakai.
early all the way to the end.
Yep, and she plays it very good with zones. She's able to really hold it down compared to Selena, who is more of a scalpel
Tengok hero yang
in a
dorong ban
world
tu.
full of shields.
Malaysia dia ban hero,
Such as the
hero
draft that Team
Hilda,
Malaysia brought in.
Esmeralda sama
It's gonna be
tak
difficult
tahu
to
siapa lagi
interact
satu
with.
perempuan.
So now they go ahead and ban
Oh,
out the
Team
Gatot Kachas
Philippines.
if they have a roamer of their own. I like it. Good mid-draft adjustments for Team
Dan slot
Philippines.
pun di ban
Although I do
bah
have
sama
to say,
Hayabusa.
if they ban other roamers
Terus si
here, it
Farisha
might
kan,
open
dia-
up Farisha's
dia
hero
jagoan
pool.
assassin.
Even though yes, maybe
Di
she
ban bah.
still wants
Tengok
that
hero
outlet, but
Gatot Kaca pun
it
kena
won't give
ban
an
bah. Sebab
opportunity
tadi
for the
Shalia kan
Zong
pakai
or the
itu.
Lapu-Lapu to be used here. So Team Malaysia, they banned the Harry first. So
Sekarang
if
Farisha
we're
dah
going
ambil yang
according to what
Kimi.
happened in game number 1, we should be
Kimi,
seeing
Cici.
a
Yang-
Granger ban.
Yang si
Yep.
Afrina pakai ni,
Interesting how
Pogius
Team
ni kan,
Philippines
dia
suddenly
pakai.
pivots to banning out heroes.
Yang si
on their
Amores pakai ni tak tahu apa
opponent's
nama
roamer,
hero nya tu.
Alia. Now they gotta pick red 4. Last game, this was the Yushin. This was what
Kau,
the jungle
Granger
was, where the
pun-
jungle was locked in.
Granger tu di ban sama Harit.
Honestly, I feel like
Kau.
Yushin is still a pretty good pick, but yeah, they can definitely hide that for now.
Hylos pun di ban.
If they want to pick up a goal laner, I do want to see whether they still want to try out that Melissa or they have another pick here and
Oh,
they go for
Khalid.
the Khalid
Why
instead.
don't
So
I
they
make
understand that Team Malaysia wants to fight, so they're also opting for a more
Khalid,
heavy
Malaysia
fight-centric kind of
fighter.
composition where I feel like Baxia, Khalid, as well as Eve, that's a
Oh ya,
very
Eve
strong mid
yang
trio.
si Amores ambil tu, Eve.
And this is the kind of lineup
Macam
where I would
hero
say
match, kau
it's
nak select
okay,
ba?
go ahead, pick
If.
a marksman.
Yeah.
I support what Team Philippines
Ya,
is doing
marksman
here, and
dorang
I
belum ada
appreciate
lagi
the
Team
two
Philippines.
hero adjustment so far.
Dua
Execution
tank,
is a whole nother story.
fighter,
Team Malaysia have to close up
satu
their
match.
draft. If we're going by what
Mau
they
dorang
played
ambil
in game number
Perez combo
1,
marksman dia.
this is where they pick up the Arlot and a roamer.
Yep. The Gatot is out. The Grok is still there. I wonder if Team Malaysia wants to
Yeah,
consider
Shalia,
using that
tengok apa dia
Grok,
mau pakai,
or
so Gatot
will
Kaca
Alia
yang kena
use
ban.
something like a Cho? It looks like the Cho
Ui, Chow.
Lapu-Lapu is going to get picked up.
Wih, jauh sama lah.
And
Biar
again,
betul
this is what
dulu.
happens when you ban out the roamers. The EXP just opens up, and Malaysia still gets relatively the same
Biar
kind of
betul
draft.
dorang
Where
dah
all
ambil
they want to
tank
do
loh, Team
is
Malaysia.
fight all day long.
Woi, nah.
The Cho a different kind of roamer from the Gatot Kacha.
So kalau Chow
But
dulu
it's
guys,
more
dia
lethal.
tu
In my opinion, if you were able
kalau
to
dulu
catch
dia
whoever
tank, tapi
Perez will be
sekarang dia
playing,
fighter je.
should be more of a threat.
Chow,
So that means
Lapu-Lapu,
Perez now might
Pogius,
actually play a
Kimi,
gold laner,
Kichi.
Ruby's there.
rocks a Purify. If you pick Ruby, where's your damage coming from? All in on Amores?
Yeah, it has to be a Morris, but we'll see what kind of fighter, because the Esme is out, so they go for a Bruno, which honestly does have some success here, but does take a bit a while. And yes, I like that you say that this Cho is more lethal. I also feel like one of the reasons why you put the Cho here is so that you can cancel out that quicksand guard, because not a lot of options in Rome now. One of the best is the Hilda, but Hilda gets banned out, so Cho next
Aduh,
best
risau
pick.
aku tengok line up Malaysia
Relatively
ni.
low
Ada
barrier
tank
to
dorang.
entry to cancel that quicksand guard.
Macam mana?
Literally,
Dia
your
punya
first and
high
second
loss kena
skills
ban.
can
Gatot
go ahead
kaca
and
yang
give that
kena
Khalid a
ban.
run for its money. One more look at the draft. Team Philippines
Baru
all in
Filipin lain
on
main
Perez
strategi
with that
dorang. Dorang
Bruno.
main pakai 2 tank.
Well, Team Malaysia very similar to game number
cara
1.
main dorang.
Pokes that Bruno. Responsible for possibly the only savage out of the women's MLBB broadcast.
Jangan kalah Malaysia game
Ladies
kedua
and
ni.
gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 of the
Risau
gold
aku ni.
medal match. Malaysia going up against Team Philippines, and based on the draft, it looks like this will be an
Hanis dengan
all-out
jagoan yang
brawl.
Kimi.
And Team Philippines
Alia
already
pakai
starting it
Chow.
up, sending Vivero to check in on the purple buff take for Team Malaysia. Fortunately, Alia and Hanis were there. They were able to stop
Tinggi
the
risiko dorang.
Khalid from jumping in. All this while, expect a dead lane in the EXP, but in
Kalau dorang
gold
boleh
mode,
counter tim
the
Filipin ni,
Bruno, I
oh,
think it
percaya.
still outranges the CC.
Oh yeah, for sure. I really feel like, but that's still a skill matchup. Here, Amor's on that Eve should have a big advantage, but still, Afrina able to secure that little Wanderer. Rivero has to be careful. Alia is there trying to fight back, but Amor's on this Eve always has the range advantage against that Kimi. So as aggressive as Hanis wants to be, still got to be careful. This Eve is deadly.
Whoa! In comes Alia.
Counter Kimi si ano
Amores
tu, si
wailing away.
Eve yang dipakai oleh
Hanis
si
firing
Amores.
off. Rivero deals a little bit of damage, jumping in with the Sandwalker. Team Philippines not taking this line down.
Yep. Even though it looks like Alia went a little bit too aggressive there, but the idea is to make it a fair 1v1 in both side lanes. She traded her HP just to make sure that Amores cannot rotate. So Team Malaysia just wants this laning phase to be just a little bit longer. You know, make sure that Farisha has a lot of free time.
Keep it fair, because between Alia and of course all the members of Team Malaysia, they're always chasing Team Philippines. Alpuerto rotates faster, Vivero rotates faster. First turtle spawning in the upper quarter. See how Team Philippines, or lower quarter rather, has no commitment. Like they can keep moving around. Turtle already at half
Dorang mau
health.
ambil turtle ni.
Afrina at half health as well. Look at the stacks put on by Diagon.
Farisha, jaga
coming in,
Farisha.
massive bravest fighter.
Jaga
Forcing
Farisha.
the Quicksand guard. Amores swiping away
Aduh,
with
mati.
that real world manipulation.
Uy,
Rivera
mati
first to
sekali.
fall.
Gila.
Diagon and Alpuerto in trouble. Down
Alah,
goes
mati
Alia.
si Alia.
1 for 1.
Dia
Yeah, and this
selamatkan
is
si
all
Farisha
for the
tu.
roamers. So
Itulah dia lompat
it was
masuk.
actually good by
Kalau
Team
nak si Farisha
Philippines.
tadi
I
mati
could have
tu.
thought that they would have won that fight, but a clutch traction pulse from Hanis prevented more depths there. So only Alia got taken down, but still good on both teams just to delay that a turtle a little bit.
Yep. 40 seconds elapsed since it spawned, so that means they fought very, very early, and they
Rivero
both
tu mau
took heavy
curi turtle dia, mau curi
casualties.
turtle.
But now we're back to it. Team
Oh my
Philippines
God.
looking to
Oh
blitz
no,
it.
oh
Jumps
no.
in with a flicker, rampaging sandstorm.
Aduh.
Afrina still
Uy, si
secures.
Afrina dapat dia
Farisha very
ambil
low.
anu.
Alpuerto
Dapat dia ambil turtle.
finishes the job.
Asik.
Alia, look at the back line. Jumping on through.
Wah,
Hanis
gila
still just
sakitnya
dealing
Kimi.
damage. Very reliable.
Gila,
Diagon
Hanis.
with the Consecrator
Uy.
and the Ionic Edge. Takes
Uy.
down one.
Uy, Diagon.
Alpuerto very low. Puissance. How to
Uy,
survive.
Ramos double kill.
A
Wow.
2-for-2 trade.
And that's why the Boxia is a
Boxia
natural
hampir
counter
mati.
towards the Kimi, because here in the early game,
Cuman
while the
sakitnya
Kimi
Kimi
still
dari
does
tu.
not have that Demon Hunt sword, will not be able to chunk down the Boxia with the passive. So good on Team
Farisha
Philippines
patah
having the
semak lagi,
favorable trade. Right now, 4 kills to 3. A
Dia mau
much
anti
better early
Uranus.
game here compared to game number 1.
Sudah.
Given they
Sudah
did
si
lose the
Farisha
turtle,
mengganas sudah dia.
it's still something that Team Philippines can hold
Hey.
out for, because if the gold lane is quiet, that means Perez getting farmed.
Oh.
And if Perez
Macam
getting
kena
farmed,
lock
they can
si
win with the
Farisha
mid-game
ni.
power spike. Farisha
Oh, kena
tries to
lock
get
dia.
away, has 3
Oh.
members of Team Philippines on her. They get the kill.
Di-lock sudah dia.
And this is a big win for Team Philippines. Not only do they get a kill onto Farisha, get a killing spree on Diagon, but They even got to deny that EXP card. So Farisha is going to be down in EXP for quite a bit. Look at this. Farisha is level 5. Diagon is level 7. So that's a massive win for Team Philippines. Now it's on Team Malaysia to help out Farisha a little bit. Try to get her back on track.
Guys,
At least
betul kan
the
apa aku
same
bilang,
level
guys.
as Diagon.
Tim
This is
Malaysia
the same
sekarang
Farisha that
yang
was
di
the
game
MVP
kedua
of
nih
game number
gara-gara
1
tiada
prior
tank dorang
on
kan
an
macam
Arlet. Now on a Lapu-Lapu
dorang.
that's constantly getting bullied. Now we understand
Macam
why Team
yang
Philippines
senang dorang kena
decided
kill.
to commit so soon on the Uranus. This is the game plan all along. Their MO, have Diagon
Dia ada
bully
dorang punya
Farisha
pertahanan
and
di
win
depan.
that half of the map so that
So, kalau
Perez
si
can
Chow pun
continue
bukan
doing
juga
what
keras
she's
betul
doing
tu.
here. Winning the lane, farming up. We'd like to check the items
Kalau
in just a
Hanis,
bit.
hero
First, the
kiminya
turtle.
okay, OP
Lower
tapi
corner once again, same
lembut.
spot.
Speaking of, looks like this is going to be a
Kalau dia
damage.
terlampau maju di depan,
Turtle
senang-senang
very
dia
low,
mati
gets a
kena
soft
bunuh.
reset here. A quick rampaging sandstorm coming through, plus a reroll manipulation. Too much damage being sent in by Farisha. Forces back the members of
membalas.
Team Philippines underneath
Membalas balik.
their tier 1 in mid. That's a win for Team Malaysia.
Yeah, Farisha was very aggressive, traded a lot of HP, but able to push back Team Philippines. But now they're back
Dan
here.
kontra di depan
Puerto this time gets the turtle.
Puerto, dia
Afrina unable to secure
Sudah
it.
dia ambil
1 for
turtle-nya
1
sayangnya.
now. A turtle apiece. Team Philippines keeping up this
Dorang mau
2,000
curi
gold
turtle-nya apa
lead.
tadi?
And Diagon, look at how far ahead this Uranus is. Able to bully a Kimi and a Lapu-Lapu.
tak boleh
Afrina
Malaysia ni game
looking to
kedua ni
end
kalau
the
kita tengok.
shenanigans that the Uranus has
Kalau
begun
dorang
down
boleh
bottom.
pick
Oh,
up,
camera,
percaya.
wow. Alia taking down Rivera, who might have
Tengok
crossed the river too
Uranus tu,
far.
aduh, nama macam tak
Hanis
bergerak
now has to be
banyak-banyak.
careful. Puerto is there, has to flicker out. Unfortunately, Farisha used the dash as well, so no one is going to body block
Perez
for
pun
that one.
mengganas
Queenie
sudah
taking a
di
bit of
atas.
damage from Perez. And this goal lane is going to be quite interesting because Perez will be switching up, fighting against the Cho as well as the CC. Looking at Cho here, having the blade of Heptasy, so no
Dan
wonder
Perez
can get
paling
a
banyak
kill.
duitnya.
Both Morris as well as Perez
Di
has to be
Malaysia
careful.
siapa yang paling banyak duitnya
She's
ni?
looking for Perez.
Queenie.
Perez popped that Purify. Might have taken too much
Ih,
damage, and Queenie's
uish.
gonna burst her down.
Gila.
With that vengeance, Amores
Boleh-boleh
can't take it down as
Queenie
quickly.
ni.
Needs the help of Rivera.
Mati
1 for 1.
Hanis
And I think
Perez
Malaysia
sorry.
is okay with that trade, even though Queenie is the gold laner. But the true win condition is going to be Alia on this Cho. So I think they would take that trade, especially because the one that they did take down is Perez, and Perez is going to be the main damage dealer for Team Philippines. But still, with 2,000 gold lead, Team Philippines does not have to worry just yet.
Did I hear that right? Is this a carry or core from the Rome?
There you go. Yes, it is.
A damaged show that is not hiding what it is. Her first fully built item is the Blade of Heptases. And I think she's on her way to what could be a Blade of Despair.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a sound idea because
Yes,
throughout all the
Perez, dia
chaos
pergi bawah
that
lagi.
Farisha
Dia pergi lane bawah.
will push through, either Perez or Amores will be all alone. And during all that chaos, it is really on Alia to get that kick, to get that kill. And it's going to be more dangerous during the Lord fight because she's going to be split pushing all the while.
Did you say to get that cake?
Yes.
And that
Mau ambil
kick.
turtle kah?
And that kick.
Turtle started up the final one, rubber match, a piece. Team Philippines and Team Malaysia have one. Who's going to get the last? Afrina deep
Aduh,
inside the
boleh
pit.
ke Malaysia ambil
Alpuerta
turtle
gets
ni?
hit by everything thrown at her by Team Malaysia.
Aduh, Hanis
Rivera
yang
looking to
kau terlampau
protect
maju, Hanis.
and trying to reinforce his backline. Real manipulation already used by
Yes,
Amores. Now it's all
Ih,
down
habis
to
lah kena.
the turtle.
Oh,
Afrina
nasib.
secures. It may
Oh,
have took
bagus
too
Afrina.
long for Team Philippines
Afrina
to make the
pandai
move.
dia,
Alpuerta in
pandai dia
trouble.
anu, ambil turtle.
That's the Appraiser's wrath. He's going to go
Macam dia
down.
pandai
Hanis
cari
gets the kill.
kesempatan.
Yep, and it looks
Mati
like
gila, Hanis.
Hanis gets the shadow
Double
and
kill.
the double kill. Alia, although I do have to say, fought against Perez. Perez almost took down
Santai.
Alia. Alia was able to get away.
Perez push turret
And
sudah
now
dia.
she goes in, gets onto Perez, just
hancur
one hit,
sudah
already
turret di
dealing
bawah.
quite a lot of damage. So Perez on this Bruno really has to be careful here. And that turtle fight was really on Farisha. Farisha able to push Amores away from the turtle, providing no damage for Team Philippines. Made it so that Team Malaysia was not really in any real trouble the entire time dealing with the
gila.
Khalid as well as the Batia
Gila,
and the
boleh.
Uranus.
Okay, to be fair, the reason why
Genam.
Team Philippines found it hard to engage on
Jaga
Team Malaysia there
Queenie,
was
dia orang disemak tu.
overshot and how do you say, move 2 steps forward by sending Perez down to the gold lane or to the opposite lane from where the turtle was. So they went ahead and said, yeah, we want you to focus on turtle, or rather the turret, because the turtle will use as bait. I think Team Philippines underestimated how bad that could have turned out for them.
And they were basically being a little bit too honest here. So Team Malaysia looks like they want to control this lane, allowing Alia all the way up top. And yes, it is going to be the
Alia,
BOD.
dia
So
push tu.
quite a
Macam
lot
dia
of
mau
burst
push
damage
turret
at
di
9
atas
minutes
tu.
here. Rivero has to use her ult just to get away, but Afrina has used the retribution.
Pemberani betul si Afrina ni.
So Afrina playing against 3. Traction bombs thrown out by Hanis.
Boleh.
And
Bunuh dia,
there's
bunuh
the
dia, bunuh
Blazers
dia.
draft. Quick sand guard.
Mati
Keeps that
sekali.
front line alive, but just for
Mati
a
juga
little
Uranus.
longer. Diagon goes down as well. Perez,
Perez tu
burning
sikit
up. He
lagi.
gets on out of there. Real world manipulation.
kurang
Used
asam
defensively by
Perez.
Amores. Plus
Lajunya
the
dia
point shots
lari.
underneath tier 2.
Hampir mati
The
Bruno nya
pendulum
tu.
has swung. Team Malaysia are now up by about 800 gold.
Even
Sikit
though
lagi
Alia
tu.
does not have the damage just yet
Pandai
to
dia lari,
one-shot Perez, but off of that play, now they have full control
hancur
over
sudah
the
turret
Lord
tengah
Pit,
dorang.
able to get mid lane, and now Team Malaysia has taken the advantage on their side again, 1,000 up, and now they
dorang
might
mau
get
bunuh
this
Lord.
Lord. Queenie doing a lot of damage
Oh my
onto
God.
Alberto.
Mati
Farisha is there,
Queenie.
making sure that Morris is nowhere
Mati
near the pay.
Queenie.
Alberto gets a kill onto Queenie, so now a bit dangerous here for
Aduh.
Team Malaysia.
Aduh,
Can
Lord.
Afrina do it?
Jangan,
Farisha
nanti
is
kena.
there. Lord is low. Alberto
Aduh,
secures the Lord.
Alberto
Afrina trying to get
sudah
away, same as
dicuri
Hanis
Lord,
as
no.
well as Farisha. Afrina,
Whoa!
no HP left, gets
Mati din si
taken down by
Afrina.
Diagon.
Now Uranus was chasing
Aduh.
the Fredrin heavyweight track and field match in that little sequence. And now
Mati, kena
Alia
kroy-
trying to
kena kroy
go
si
through
Alia.
between 3. Does not
Dia dah-
sweet
dia gagal
revenge
nak
for
harapan.
Perez as they push through mid. Just when we thought Team Malaysia was in
Yes,
control, almost 1,000 up. Suddenly
dah.
Team Philippines strike back with a vengeance. Look at this, Hanis put down to about a fifth of her health.
Si Hanis lembut
Team
ba
Philippines
dia?
takes care of that
Marksman
tier
kan?
2 just like that.
Yeah, and looks like the Holy Shield has been used in mid.
Go.
And the damage coming in
Sudah
from
dah
the
ada
chill
lot
is
lagi.
strong, but when that Eve still has that shield, it is going to be very difficult to push through. The Lord is charging up top. Looks like we'll be getting that tier 2, no problem. Team Philippines controls the jungle, takes everything away from Afrina. Team Malaysia now, they have to defend against Team Philippines with 2,000 up.
Mati.
And Perez at this point
Hancur semua
should have a lot
torrent
of damage.
Diagon catching all
Very
this heat
kerasnya
from
Uranus.
Hanis and
Aduh,
Afrina. Lord crashes up
Paru
into that
nyawanya.
tier 3. And the only Holy Shields left, extra resources for Malaysia's defense is down bottom. Real manipulation.
jangan kau
Look at
terampuk di
Alia
depan,
trying to
Hanis.
find Amores, but bowls in her face. There goes Perez throwing it out. And this is dangerous. Down goes Alia.
Ay,
Vivero
Vivero tu.
helps with the slow on
Gila.
that jump. And that's a free pickoff
boleh,
for
masih
Team
tak boleh, Pak.
Philippines.
Yeah, looks like Alia walked into the real world manipulation, so she was stunned up, even though she was using
Susah,
the
tak boleh
conceal.
dorang lock
And
si
now
Perez,
Team
Pak.
Philippines able to get
Bahaya,
the
so
first
Perez kan
inhibitor
backup
at
dorang dari
mid.
belakang, Pak.
Queenie trying to deal enough damage here. Alia now does have that endless battle,
Tengok,
so gonna
si
have just a
Perez
little
tu,
bit
dia
more
push
burst
turret
damage.
sudah.
Team Philippines able to get 2 inhibitors, so now Team Malaysia, they're in trouble.
Lord spawning in about a minute in the upper quarter. Team Philippines may decide to just freeze and let that Lord spawn with a 4,000 gold lead.
Susah bos.
It
Sebab
seems
dua
like
tank
it's a
yang
sound
di
plan.
depan.
Amores drops that real world
Kena
manipulation.
marksman.
They want this
Marksman
inhibitor
dorang
down
di
bottom
belakang
first. They call it quits. They instead go for the orange.
Yeah, so far, Ani's still having a good game here, 3-0-4. The only problem is Team
Si
Malaysia, they
Hanis
cannot
ni dong
overextend
punya
because we saw part of
jagoan
the
dong
reason
sekarang
why
ni
they
Tim Malaysia
lost the fight earlier when Al Puerto able to get a kill onto Queenie. And that's the go sign, because Team Malaysia, they got to consider when they do want to go for a fight, you got to look at your own HP. If your own HP is really low, even though, yes, you can heal back up, it's not going to be all that great considering that you are fighting against the bots. Yeah, looking at items here for Queenie, does have 2 damage items with the War Axe as well as the Halberd. We've got to look at Perez. Perez
Farisha
is
tinggal
3
sudah,
items
baru
here.
7.2K.
The Hasclaw, the Berserker Fury, and looks like going to go for the Malefic gun early.
And also has the Wind of Nature just now. So good luck to Alia trying to find her, hunt her down. There's layers of protection. That Wind of Nature and that Purify. Luckily, Hanis is
Sudah
also
ada
building up,
membunuh
has
lot
not
lagi,
died
tim
just yet.
Filipin.
A concentrated energy on this Kimmy should
Oh
help.
my God.
Rampaging Sandstorm coming in, plus the real world manipulation. Very difficult front line. Down
mati
goes
sudah si
Afrina.
Afrina.
Farisha comes in,
Perez
finds the
tu,
back
lock
line,
dia tu.
finds Amores,
Ah,
but
kau
not
tengok si
dealing enough
Perez
damage.
tu.
Double kill for Perez.
Yeah, the damage coming in from Team Philippines is online now with both the Bruno
Modern
as
lock
well
by
as the
dia tu.
Eve. This Eve is chunking down the front lines a
Dapat.
little bit too much.
Kan?
And
Dapat
the
serong
burst
lot.
damage coming in from the crits. Team Philippines, they're in
Habis
a
na Tim Malaysia
commanding
ni kali.
position. And as strong as fighters are in the gold lane, now this is the time where marksmen shine.
In comes Perez, dashing on
There's
through,
Perez to
throws out
push.
that worldie,
Mati,
but
mati
Hanis is
si
dealing
Queenie.
too much. The flicker back, Perez claims one.
Kalah Team Malaysia,
Alia
guys. Kalah.
in trouble, throws out that
Kan?
traction pulse, and it's just too late.
Gila
Team
Perez.
Philippines
MVP
equalizes.
really. Kurang
but-
asam.
Just doesn't.
Dah bah, kita
Passion
terus. Game
Team
ketiga
Philippines have
guys.
to watch out for the Ruby.
Yeah, so honestly, Team Malaysia, their draft is a
Game
bit
kedua
volatile here.
kalah
Quite a
ya
lot
Team
of holes
Malaysia.
that can
Menang
be
Filipina.
exploited by
Jadi
Team
sekarang
Philippines.
skor dorong satu
Not
sama guys.
exactly a bad one, just a one that requires high level of execution. And here in the gold medal match,
Sekarang
a best of 7,
Match
you gotta take care
ketiga.
of your mental strength, your mental stamina.
Farisha
This is
dia
one of
ambil
those drafts that uses quite a lot of,
apa nih?
for lack of a
Yisanshin.
better term, brain power.
Alia dia dapat juga balik dia punya
Khalid
kata
gets
kaca.
picked up,
Queenie dia
gets
ambil
taken out
Selena.
here by Team Malaysia. So they're attacking roamers.
Kita tengok Filipina
Team Philippines
masih lagi pakai Baksia.
Takes out the lapu-lapu, which is,
Dia orang lagi pakai Kimi.
could be either.
Ada.
Could be a gold laner, could be an XP laner. They're
Dorang
just
ambil Kimi
removing the
guys.
headaches for Amores and
Lepas tu
possibly
si
Perez.
Diagon dia
Yeah,
ambil
making sure that
Cici.
Farisha doesn't get her signatures here. So far, she's shown
Mati
the
lah kalau si
Lapu
Perez
as
pakai
well as the
Kimi.
Arlet, because even though she
Marana
did
na Team
lose
Malaysia ni.
with the Lapu, still
Tengok
got considered the
lah.
Lapu to be
Hero
a
si
very
Farisha
strong
pun
pick
depend orang,
for
Lapu-Lapu.
honestly both teams, Philippines as well as Malaysia.
Ay,
So
nah.
what other band here that
Uranus
Team Malaysia has to
depend.
look out for? I wonder if they want to consider
Tak
a
boleh seorang
block,
pakai dua tank.
but you also have
Uranus
to
yang di band
have
sama
this in the
kita.
back of your head. There's always a chance that this box set is
Puerto
going to
tu,
roll.
oi, kalau pakai tank.
Not saying there's a lot of good junglers here, but you
Sama
know,
Vivero
there's
tu,
always
oi.
that possibility.
Duo tank.
Yep, game one, there was
Dua tank
actually a
keras.
roam Baxia in the hands of Vivero. So we see here, Team Malaysia takes out the Grok. I think they're strong arm
Dato'
in Team
Alpuerto,
Philippines.
dia mau ambil
Team
tank kali
Philippines bans
gitu.
out the Yu Zhong. So it's clear.
Yuzong pun
It's
di
a
band
back
orang.
line, a gold laner that are looking for to put on Perez. That's just her main strength. That's just who she is.
The other diver I can think
Oi,
of right
Grok.
now is
Tank
is the
tiga tank
Alice.
mau di band oleh
other
Malaysia.
picks that is
Gila
a
ya,
frontline,
Grok,
something like
Uranus, Hilda.
Phobius and Arlet.
Takut
They will
betul
take
dong
way
sama
too
si
much damage
Alpuerto.
from both the Baxia as well as the CC. So all I can think about right now is the Alice. I'm unsure if there's another pick that Farisha has in her pockets. So it looks
Oi,
like no,
Arlet.
they are gonna go with the Arlet.
Kind of a
Ya
dive.
kan?
Kind of a dive, but
Not really.
Dia tu
lane
siapa
phase,
pakai
if
Arlot
this
ni? Aku
CC
rasa
goes
si
on the
Farisha
EXP,
nanti.
Farisha
Si
will have
Hanis
a
dia mesti
very
ambil
difficult
marksman
time,
tu.
especially
Dia
when
ambil
Team
Yusan Sin
Philippines
nanti.
does have this Baxia as well as the Kimi. I can only imagine that they will
Si Alia
not
tetap
allow
dengan
Team Malaysia to
jagoannya.
rotate to help out Farisha in the
Kata-kata.
EXP.
Farisha had a MVP performance on this Arlet in game one. So Team Philippines, they have fresh scars to help them remember what they need to do. 2 picks to confirm where these heroes are going. And there you go. It is indeed a roam Baxia, Gold Lane CC, XP Lane Esmeralda, and an oldie but a goodie, a favorite from a couple days back.
Uy,
Alpuerto's
Lancelot ka din.
Nolan.
And I
Lancelot
think I
sama
understand
Esmeralda.
what they're going for here, but looks like to close the draft, it is going to
Akan
be the
kalau si
Lunox.
Queenie mesti
A
damage.
gold
Dia
lane
ambil
on Lunox to
Lunox.
deal with the Esmeralda. Very
Lunox
smart
pun,
pickup,
oi,
but
OP
going
tu.
back, what Team Philippines wants to do
Itu
is
kalau
to
dah
steal away
ulti-
the farm
kalau dah
from
pakai
Team
ultinya
Malaysia,
tu,
because
ush.
whenever we see a Yi Sun Shin,
Anu tu,
it is
dah
kind
pakai
of
habis
all in
dia
on
punya
that Yi
mana.
Sun Shin, and the Nolan, very fast clear, can
Yi
try
Sun
to
Shin,
go
baru
in the
Kimi-nya dia
jungle
ambil oleh
and steal it
Filipin,
away.
bro.
They
Pakai
might
oleh
even have a
Perez.
two-prong attack where the box set tries to steal
Ay,
one part of the
baru
map,
Kimi
the
sakit
Nolan
tu.
tries to steal one part of the map.
And both of them can get away
Let's
and
go.
get
Game
what they
ketiga,
need to
guys.
get done. One more look at the draft here, and it is indeed a Gold Lane Esmeralda, and then an XP Lane CC.
Tengok,
Either way,
pakai dua
gonna
tank
be
lagi dia
shuffled
orang,
up.
Esmeralda
Ladies and
sama
gentlemen,
Baxia
let's
lagi.
go into our game
yeah.
number 3. Who's gonna get back on track and find momentum?
Tapi tak apa, ni kali
mid-series?
Malaysia dia
Right
dia
now, looks
ada
like the
sudah
goal for
tanknya.
Team
Dia
Philippines
terkacau.
is try to
Andalan
take
si
away
Alia.
as much farm from Team Malaysia as they can. And for Team Malaysia, honestly, it's just surviving because eventually the Lunox as well
Let's
as
go,
the
Team
Yushin
Malaysia.
will be able
Anda
to do
boleh.
a lot of damage on the front line as well as the back. So what Team Malaysia really has to do is just make sure it's fast. And looks like already seeing a little bit of reason why this Selena is picked up
Sebrang punya
is to
skor
make sure
sekarang
this
satu
Yushin Shin
sama nih,
actually
guys.
farms out very fast. So maybe Team Malaysia, they will pick up a more defensive kind of
Astaga, kenapa
rotation
Farisha
where the Selena
awal-awal
stays
mau mati
close to the
sudah dia tu?
jungle, not to protect, but just to make sure the Yushin Shin gets everything very, very fast.
So already we're seeing Team Malaysia change the way they play this compared to how Team Philippines did in game number 1. LaFell, I got a question since there's not much action breaking out yet. What's heavier on the Yusun to share farm with? A Melissa or a Lunox?
Diagon ni dia pakai
I would say
Melissa.
a Melissa because Lunox at level 4
Oh, yeah.
might not have
Dia
enough
pakai
damage
Melissa
to kill,
ba tu?
but at
Diagon.
least is somewhat of a
Aku sangka
kill
Hero
threat.
Chichi
So
dia pakai,
I believe
Melissa.
between two, the Lunox is a little bit more forgiving.
That's what happened in game number 1. The Melissa on Perez just kind of weighed
bukan,
down on
bukan
Team
Melissa,
Philippines.
Cici.
So let's see if it's true. If Queenie
Sa
can
Melissa, setahu
actually
ko.
even help Afrina get to a critical mass when it comes to her item build. So far, Afrina rotating down to the bottom lane, getting a EXP crab there. Top lane is where the action is kind of light. The Esmeralda versus Lunox, the dance. These teams are early to the turtle pit. 10 seconds, well, even before.
Kalau Esmeralda
Although
tu
I
dia
would
boleh
say
jadi
for Team
fighter
Malaysia, it
sama
does make a
tank.
little bit of sense. This Selena, I'm guessing
Satu-satunya
in
tank
her
wanita.
emblem set does have
Eh,
that,
ada
that
ya,
season
Wahilda,
hunter, making it so that this
Lolita.
season Shin farms up very fast.
Lolita aku nak
Amoris
pernah tengok
already
sudah
hits level
orang main
4,
pakai
but it's
itu.
okay for Hanis. As a Selena, you don't really
Sebab
need
dia
all
punya
those
ulti
levels. It
lambat
helps,
lah.
but
Ada
it's not
Lolita.
fully necessary. Looks like Amoris
Ada
already
orang
took
jarang
quite a lot
pakai
of
dia tu.
damage on this. Hold on.
Oh,
Looking at Perez taking quite a lot. Afrina and Hanis tried to take down the Esmeralda.
Barusan Perez
and
pakai
they
tank.
are going to, wow, get over.
Wih,
and
gila Frida.
secure the turtle.
Pencuri
Perez
turtle.
dancing around, forcing Alia to use that
Pencuri turtle
revitalize.
andalan Malaysia
Vivero
tu.
very low. Flicker in by Farisha.
Bagus,
He draws
mati
first blood.
tank dorang.
Nice. By Farisha.
Oh, dorang
Sounds
punya.
like something you would hear over at TikTok. Might be
Si
a thing.
Amores pula. Ni kali
Sounds like
pakai
a
ano,
10-year-old
Marksman.
meme.
Hey,
Perez dia pakai
it
tank.
is pretty much a 10-year-old meme. But yeah, Team Malaysia gets on the board, getting the kill as well as the turtle. Fast rotations all around. Looks like Queenie was able to arrive to the scene as well. Able to get a...
Ay, kenapa ni?
Okay. Well, match will resume right now.
Nagwa line guys.
We're okay.
Tiba-tiba
As we
terpause
saw,
game dia.
Hanis there dealing damage to Perez. Should be fine.
Yep, I mean, she got chunked down to about a third of her health, but looking at the player cam, she seems to be okay with it.
Oi,
Back to
Amores
regular
ni model
programming,
lock dia
as you
ni.
say.
Yep.
Bahaya Kimi yan.
I feel like that was good on Queenie, able to get some form of extra farm with the assist because she was having quite difficulties going up against Paris pre-level 4. Now at level 4 should be completely fine. Team Malaysia 1,000 ahead, so it looks like
Okay,
Team
siya,
Philippines
Amores,
have
level
not
5
been
sudah dia.
able to establish
Cepat
a
tu naik
lot of
levelnya.
dominance in the jungle. Afrina gets free farm, essentially. Not a lot of rotations coming in from Team Philippines. Looks like the game has slowed down just a little bit and everyone's playing just a little bit more honest.
Just as you
Ooh,
say, Team
bagus,
Philippines
bagus.
suffers another loss. The
Mati
trap
akhirnya,
on Hanis
tanknya.
finds Al Puerto.
Eh,
She
tanknya
almost
ke
got
tu?
away with it too.
Siapa mati tu?
And I was about to
Alpuerto.
say, as long as it's quiet like this, Team Malaysia should be happy. It benefits them in the long run, but if they're getting free kills along the way, why not?
Yep. It looks like they will be helping out Queenie just a little bit so that she can get out of the lane because this Lunox is very much
Oh no,
needed in the
Farisha.
upcoming turtle fight because she is the real shredder for Team Malaysia to take down Vivero, to take down Alpuerto.
Sakit
Even
ba?
Paris, if
Si
Paris
ano tu,
ends up
Diagon tu.
joining into the fight. So Team Malaysia, we're already seeing the Ireland not having a good time going up against the CC, but somehow able to heal up.
Aduh,
El Puerto
aduh.
finds
Mati
Queenie,
lah
forces
Queenie.
the brilliance. Hanis dodging on through, dashes, falling
Oh
star
no,
move
Queenie,
from
no.
Perez.
Queenie, no.
Looking to get the damage on Queenie. She still had her flicker. Amores dealing some damage here.
Aduh.
Alia looking for that unbreakable.
Ah,
Perez
malah mati
stays the
ulit Perez.
course.
Kurang
Dances
asam.
around Queenie. Nowhere else for her to go. Diagon, one-on-one versus Farisha. Turtle's not going
Diagon ni
anywhere.
pun
That
bahaya.
mistake
Hero
coming
Cici
in
ni.
from a Queenie, even though she tried to heal up from the minions, but Perez was relatively healthy enough to just move forward. So she got to make sure she doesn't make that mistake again because with that, Team Philippines are back in control of the turtle and it looks like should be able to get this for free.
Di
Whereas
dapat
Team
selesai
Malaysia,
ya,
the
Puerto.
setup, it just didn't come true just because Queenie got caught.
Turtle apiece, each side at 5 minutes. LaFell, because of how slow the game has been going, it feels like it's been longer than 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, for
It
sure.
feels like they've been trying to do so much with the small margins that they've been finding. And it's Team Malaysia who actually gets the first turret down, bottom lane.
Yeah, and it's over to the Yusun Shin. Afrina, this is what she really wants. Looks like able to hit onto the Kimi. Amoris is able to get away. Does have to use the Purify though, but yeah, Hanis on this Selena is starting to look pretty good because the arrows have been keep on hitting and it's been hitting the right targets.
Relatively low commitment on Hanis' Selena to even force out purifies like that.
Kiris
Throws
dong ya,
out an
berapa game
arrow
dong
on
main
the
ya
disengage.
untuk
Look at the
pertandingan
items now. It's
perebutan pingat emas di
3.2k
Sukan
on
sih.
Queenie versus
Sebab
Perez is
yang tim
3.5.
Malaysia
So,
kan
safe
squad
to say,
lelaki kan
post-laning phase,
dorang dapat
Perez
pingat
is happy
perak
with the
ya,
results.
kalah dorang oleh tim
Yeah, looking
Philippines.
at the level
Yang
as
squad
well, looks like
lelaki.
Perez has a
Ini kan tim
small
wanita.
lead. Queenie might get level 8 off of that minion, but it looks like Team Philippines, they want to engage onto Queenie here.
They find her once again,
Uh-oh.
forcing a
Uh-oh.
brilliance early on. Mount
Queenie.
Shocker by Afrina. Looking to use that turtle boat defensively. Team Philippines
Di
respect.
lock macam di
the
lock
clapback
dorang
from
baru
Malaysia.
Lunox tuh.
And it's a good thing Malaysia don't try to fight back because you know you have that urge considering that a lot of burst is on your side, but not really
Kalau aku
yet. You
jadi
need
tim
some
Malaysia,
items
aku
because
lock
I saw
si
earlier
Amores tuh.
Queenie only
Queenie.
having that Genius 1 is okay at clearing the minions and good at, you know, securing kills. But from full HP to 0, not just yet. You might need 2 or maybe 3 more items.
Looking for a
Thank you, Perez.
power spike. Could come in at the
Macam
8
dah
or
ada
9
bah.
minute mark.
Iya, iya.
So
Nyawanya
far,
tuh.
Perez
Ui,
able to go
sedikitnya
3v1.
dah bergerak.
Team Malaysia
Padahal
not
dikeroyok 3
committing
orang
too
sudah
much to that engagement. Look at the long lane. That
Yeah.
is slow work by Diagon on that turret. Longside a wave. Mount
Dijaganya,
Shocker
dia
exposes her.
punya
Afrina
turret di
knows.
atas tuh.
Hanis with the traps, allowing Team Malaysia to rush this turtle take.
Yep, able to
Bagus
get that
Afrina.
pretty quickly. And
Bagus,
Team
bagus.
Malaysia looks like what they were looking
Dia
for
tuh
was actually
juara andalan
purified.
kalau
Speaking
babak
of, looks like
tetel.
Vivero was
Mati
caught.
suratnya.
So
Bagus.
Team Malaysia
Mati
gets a
baksia.
kill off of that.
Team Malaysia 2 for 1, forcing Alpuerto
Tidak
out of
ngambek
there.
Vivero
Farisha
pakai
misses the
baksia.
final slash, but her
Yang
job has already
cantik
been done.
Alpuerto tuh yang
Amores
pakai tank
firing off Alia
baru
at about half health.
Jam
It
tadi.
seems like Team
dia pakai
Philippines find it
baksia.
hard to
Jago.
find safe
Alah,
engagements.
Alia. No,
They're
Alia.
always in and out, in and
No.
out. Team Malaysia's firepower and
Asip dia
again
tank, oh.
on-demand crowd control are such lethal weapons.
Yeah, and
Ya,
this also
Alia
shows
dia
why Gato
tank kan,
Kacha
jadi dia
is such
berkorban.
an amazing
So, kalau
hero
dia
in
ndak-
the current
kalau
meta,
dia
where
bukan dia ditembak,
one of the rare
mati
heroes
dari
that can
kawannya.
still use a revitalize, so that even if someone gets taken
Itulah
down, you
dihadang
use
yang
all of your
Queenie.
abilities. There's no more crowd control, no nothing.
dia yang kena
You're
tembak.
still healing them back up.
So, kalau
And
dia
that
mengelak,
is something that
kawannya yang Queenie tu
is
yang kena
very
tadi.
rare in the current meta. Before this, quite a lot of heroes can use it. Now, honestly,
udah
not so
mau
much.
keroyok, udah mau keroyok.
Look at this. Perez catches a face full
Oh, no.
of Mountain Shocker.
Oh, no.
Farisha dancing around. It's weird for the Esmeraldas to
Hanis,
finally come
aduh,
through because I
Hanis.
get why Team Malaysia doesn't like it. Diagon with the vengeance,
Ush,
trading out
hebat Queenie.
with Hanis.
Kau
Again, that was a
placho.
2v1 to begin with. But Team Philippines, what was the plan with that engagement?
Yeah, I think
Okay, Perez
Hanis
mengganas,
has
oh.
gotten a bit under their skin
Jaga
with this
Farisha.
Selena, so trying to force out that kill, but I feel
Aduh.
like it is kind of not worth it because you gave one over to Queenie,
Nasib
and
ada
between
Shali.
Hanis and Queenie is the one that
Baby,
really needs
di
the farm.
sama-sama
Hanis just needs to be around.
So that was a successful rage bait
Uy,
by
sakit
Team Malaysia.
na.
There you go.
Forcing
Esmeralda
Team
ni.
Philippines to engage
Uy.
when there was very
Macam
little
mana
payback,
dong mau bunuh
payoff from finding
Si
payback.
Perez tu kalau begitu.
Bottom lane worked on by Afrina. Again, that's a slow push.
Ooh.
Up top though, Perez and Vivero
Aduh.
dancing on Farisha.
Aduh.
The puissance has already been used.
Aduh,
Amores,
Farisha no.
will she provide cover fire?
Aduh, dia kena
Not gonna be
tembak
able to
tahu
help.
macam tak ada
Alia
apa.
dancing on through.
Gila
Forcing
Perez
Vivero
ni.
to use that
Imun
revitalize. AOG on out. Alberto unable
Oh
to find
no,
target.
Mat. Uy.
Finds Queenie. Forces her to
Bagus,
use
mati
that
Perez.
brilliance. Traded out
Aduh,
for with
Amores tu.
Perez. All right, I think that is mission abort. Like without Perez, it's not worth it.
Yeah, I would say despite that, you know,
Nasib.
long battle,
Nasib boleh dorong
for
bunuh
both
si
teams
Perez tu.
only really losing one, Perez as well
Perez
as
tu
Hanis,
tak
which
boleh
I
jadi
feel
kill
like for
solo
both
tu,
teams,
guys. Dia
they're
mesti mau
relatively okay
dikeroyok
with. For
dia tu
Team
baru boleh
Philippines, the
mati.
real target
Kalau
that you
solo
want
kill
is definitely
memang tak
Afrina.
boleh
If you
lah.
get Queenie, you're pretty happy
Keras
as well.
tu
For Team
Esmeralda.
Malaysia, you want to get Amores and El Puerto. So for
Amores
both
tu,
teams,
ay,
they
mau
tried
di-lock
to
pa dia
get what they wanted, not really able to do so. But still, as long as you minimize the damage, they're relatively okay. But Team Philippines, they got to be careful of this one. This is one of the
Mau
added
belot ka.
advantage when you have a Lunos on your team, which is you can burst it down very, very fast. So Team Philippines, the moment they show someone in side lanes, Team Malaysia might send either Alia or Farisha to zone someone away. Afrina and Queenie will just burst it right under your noses.
Afrina taking care of her purple first, and then might fully engage on this Lord. The dance initiated by Team Malaysia. Diago taking care of that Little Wanderer. Team Malaysia, I'll tell you now, looking at the spread of their heroes, has better control
Apa
of this
dorang
turtle
mau buat
pit.
ni? Dorang mau
Even
ambush
on a
kan.
macro level.
Yep. Considering that Afrina is level 15, should have the advantage, but Afrina is taking way too much damage from the Lord. She has to be careful here.
Terus
Maybe for
Afrina-
Team Malaysia, they just gotta wait for a good
Level
engage from
15
Hanis.
sudah dia.
If
Gila
the
Lajunya
abyssal
ada
arrow hits
farming.
onto a key target,
Si
then
Afrina
maybe they
tu.
can go
Dia
for it. Now
pakai Yusan
Afrina
Sin tu.
sees all
Level
members of Team
15 sudah dia.
Philippines. It looks like for both
Yang
teams,
lain
they're just
belum
waiting for
lagi
someone
yan.
to make a move.
Alpuerto dashing in and
Oh,
out,
oh.
unable to find an entry.
Ya Agon tu.
Alia
Ay, sikit lagi
comes
dia tu.
in, uses that revitalize,
Mati
gets
Alia.
popped by Amores. Farisha running away from 3. Might get taken down. Double
Bagus.
kill for
Aduh,
Amores.
gila
And now
Amores.
it's 3v5.
Ooh,
Team
gila
Philippines
tu.
working their way towards an advantageous position. Alberto
Aduh,
focusing
mati
on the
Hanis.
Lord. Gets the retribution.
Alberto
And
dapat
now the All-Star
lagi.
continues. One more for Amores. Hanis
Aduh.
down.
Oh, Queenie
Dapat
jumps
sudah
back
remote.
in, but looks like Team Philippines will disengage. Team Malaysia, both
Yeah.
Alia as well as Farisha, try to execute the combo of just getting endless vengeance.
Nak
But
curi
looks like,
dah
again, Team Philippines, they have a lot of answers towards this Arlet. And now Team Malaysia, they are in a bit of trouble. 1,600 gold for Team Philippines. And again, the
Aduh,
lineup
dalam
from Malaysia,
bahaya
they don't
Malaysia
have a
ni.
lot of wave clear. So once Team Philippines has some form of advantage, they can honestly get quite a lot of turrets with this Lord.
Lord in the bottom lane, Alpuerto up top.
Cantik
The
was
rest of the
strategi
ladies of
Filipin
Team
ni
Philippines
pakai
rotating
anu
around.
dua tank hero.
Pressure where it's most needed.
Dua tank,
The long
satu
lanes, the
fighter,
side
satu
lanes
match.
is where Team Malaysia have
Sama
to
satu
face
marksman lah.
off against Team Philippines, who's relatively built now. Nice catch onto
Mati Diagon,
Diagon.
bagus.
Final slash
Amores
puts her
tu,
underneath
oi.
that tier 3. Free pick off.
Yep. It was good on Farisha to actually get that. Perez is still doing her job, which is just to zone out Team Malaysia. I would say all the success when it comes to the team fight is off of Perez. Even though you see her KD is just 1, 1, and 2, but this Esmeralda is doing such a good job to make sure that Queenie, Afrina, as well as Hanis is not really in the fray. So whenever Alia and Farisha goes in, it's essentially a 2v4. If you're looking at the numbers, 1 holding up against 3, that's a good
Ya,
trade.
si Perez susah dong mau bunuh. Dong
I think that's one
sampai
of the
mau
main strengths of
dong
an
mau kroy
Esmeralda
3 orang
ever
pun belum
since
tentu
her
si Esmeralda tu
competitive
mati.
debut and peak, where
Jadi
she would go
kalau
up
macam
against the
dorang
Raiders, because whoever
macam
would
dorang
fully
ambush,
commit
dorang ada
and
5 orang,
send more
kalah
heroes
juga
to answer
tetap
to
tim
the
Malaysia.
Esmeralda was the loser. Again, macro-wise, there are ways to mitigate for that, but here we're seeing that now. Perez is forcing Team Malaysia to answer to her, and that's what allowed Team Philippines to move around and gain parts of the map, even if, on paper, Malaysia has better macro.
So now Team Malaysia, they got to make a decision whenever they see Perez jumping in, do they want to go all in and taking down this Esmeralda or split the fight
Itulah. Kalau
and let
dorang nampak
Farisha
ada
and
Esmeralda
Alia
di situ,
find
dorang
some kind
mesti
of backline like
5-5
Amores.
hero tu mesti
Alia
mau kroy
flushed
dia.
out of that
Tak
wide
boleh
rush.
dorang macam solo kill.
Traction pulse thrown out.
Bahaya tu si Perez.
AOG used defensively. In comes Farisha,
Spesial
dashing
dia tu,
on between the
mau mati lagi
softies. And Farisha gets bit down by Team
Aduh,
Philippines.
mati
That's a free
Farisha.
pick-off. Perez still looking for someone to
Tak
dance with.
bertahan Barlotnya.
Looking for the jump. Falling Star Moon on the 3. Alia, Hanis,
Ay,
Afrina
gila.
sent back. They're going to continue and try to penetrate, looking for
Kesukaan
this
sudah
push
si
on the
Amores
bottom
tu,
lane
mampus
inhibitor.
turret
Team
sudah dia.
Philippines make it in.
Yeah, 1 hit and actually quite a lot of damage onto Amores. But yeah, so right
Aduh,
now for
macam
Team
kalah lagi
Philippines,
Malaysia ni.
they're
Aduh,
the one rage
guys.
baiting. They're like roar, trying to make it so
No.
that Farisha dives in, try to go for
Macam
that
aku
kill.
tengok
And you
macam
can
mau
see
kalah
why,
lagi.
because it's a very fast engage, quite a lot of damage, but she herself can't take too much damage, especially when Amores does have that Sky
Bagus
Piercer.
nanti match
Might be able to get a
keempat
kill. At
nanti
this point,
ni.
probably about 30
Bos
stacks
dorang
or maybe
ban lah
20.
Esmeralda
So
tu,
Team Malaysia,
So
as
tadi
much
match
as it's
pertama sama match
Farisha's
kedua kan
job,
memang
just
dorang
to
ban mas
dive in,
Esmeralda
do a
tu.
lot of damage, it's not going to help the team
Rupanya
out
jago
if it's
Perez ni
forever a
pakai itu.
4v5. They got to make it so that they split Team Philippines
kena
up,
stun.
not the other way around.
I think it's still doable. With a 3,000 gold lead, it's doable. But the map is not on their side. Long lane is the lane that got penetrated. That is where permanent damage is dealt constantly via waves. Mount Shocker, I think that's go time. Vengeance onto Diagon. AOG,
mati
they
Queenie.
fight Queenie in the back line.
Alia pun
Alia
mati
with the
ni.
revitalize. Farisha doing her best. Final
Farisha
slash
pun,
overused up.
mati yang
Alberto with a
Farisha.
double kill.
Alia pun
Amores gets
mati.
another.
Gila,
Alia off the
double
map. It's
kill
just
lagi
Hanis
dia.
and Afrina left.
Yeah, Afrina so far at this point, she might be full build, but unable to really dish out a damage.
Si
Now with a
Perez
prolific
kan
roar,
jarang dah
I wonder
ambil
if
kill,
this
tapi
is going to be enough
dia di
to
depan
defend
terus,
against
jadi
Team Philippines here. Team
asal
Philippines
dia mau
jump in.
dikeroyok, nah yang lain
Perez
ni
dancing around.
Masuk
Alberto
sudah menyerang.
finds Hanis. It's just Afrina. She
Dijaga
had the
pada.
farm. She had a great time spiking up to the late game. But not
Kalah lagi
against
Malaysia,
5
guys.
members of
Kalah
Team
lagi Malaysia,
Philippines.
no.
Looking to crack another inhibitor. Up
Gak
top,
ada harapan sama
immortality
Malaysia
on. Vivero falls. Afrina traceless through. The base gonna be up next.
Kalah
They
lagi
can't
Malaysia,
clear.
guys. No.
Game 3 goes to Team Philippines.
Kalah lagi Malaysia.
Just
Oke lah guys, cukup sampai sini saja terlebih dahulu. Jadi setakat yang kita nampak sekarang nih, kumpulan Malaysia ada tewas 2 pusingan guys. Pusingan kedua sama pusingan ketiga. Tim pusingan pertama ya orang menang. Aduh. Tapi jangan risau guys, dia masih ada pusingan keempat lagi. Jadi kita tengok nanti macam mana. Sebab aku nggak tahu ada orang nih ada berapa pusingan, 7 pusingan kah atau sampai 6 pusingan jadi. Oke nggak guys? Nanti aku sambung ya. Ciao dulu.